John, just give us your thoughts and your feelings.
Penalty shootouts, a lot of these. You know, and fair play to them, you know, they took some good penalties. But we both missed two, and unfortunately the rules, well, I don't know if the rules are there, and if he has come off his line, but fair play for him spotting, you just never see it. So, first time I've ever encountered it.
And as the referee, what's the referee said?
He 2 yards off his line, but we've got a feeling there, keeper was off his line, and Fatian's one. I think naturally the keepers come off the line. Listen, it is what it is. Pointless blaming anybody but ourselves. I'm more concerned about the performance. The performance was way below par. We had to make a few changes, a few injuries. They made 5 changes. And it was not, you would have known that we were 4th in League 2 and they were near the bottom of League 4th in League 1 and they were near the bottom of League 2. For big parts of the game, they matched us. They caused us trouble without really troubling our keeper. We fluffed our lines a couple of times when we got into good opportunities. But the lads who came in, they didn't grab the shirt. There was an opportunity to grab the shirt. Lack of fitness was very evident. People going down with cramp. Even people who've played all the games this season, struggling to get through it. And you know, we're 5 games into the season, or 6 games in, or 5 games in. Yeah. 6 games in, sorry, yeah.
Sorry, John. What particularly disappointed you? What aspect of
fitness.
The game?
The fitness was the way we were going down like 9 pins towards the end. Players not being able to get through 90 minutes. You know, so as we've gone into extra time, you're talking about playing 90 minutes. I don't know, some of them haven't played, but that's what you've got to do. You've got to keep yourself fit. Dave Morgan didn't start the season. He's kept himself fit. Didn't see him going down with cramp any time he's played. And you know, that's something that players have got to get their heads around. You know, we lost to Bradford in pre-season, and the players moaned that we'd done a 3.5 minute run the day before. It's ludicrous. It's absolutely ludicrous. But the actual performance was diabolical. We never looked a threat all night. The odd chance that we did, we squandered. We were lackadaisical. We were lethargic. We were on our heels. Everything we'd warned them about before the game, we didn't take on board. And listen, there's no excuses for losing that. You know, the penalty shootout was a farce.
Yeah.
But they always are for me anyway. So whoever wins, they are always a farce. But the way it's gone is even more farcical. But that shouldn't have gone to it. It shouldn't have gone to a penalty shootout. For the ability we've got in that squad, we should be able to handle what was put on in front of us today, and we didn't. And you know, for large periods, they were very good tonight. You know, the little lads in midfield ran the show for half an hour. In periods, you know, I know we played for 70 minutes. For half an hour, he stood out. You know, he was getting on the ball, he was twisting and turning, he was making things happen. We weren't. We were running down blind alleys, hoofing long balls, straight through to their keeper. You know, miscontrolling balls, passing the ball out of play. It's just not like us. And you know, them players in there, they know that there's a standard that they've got to reach, and that's by far and away nowhere near good enough. And that's going to force me into bringing reinforcements in, because that evidently the backup isn't good enough, and that's something I'm going to have to address.
You started brightly enough. You're hinting there might have been a bit of complacency.
We controlled the first 24 minutes, and then a little bit of sloppiness gave them a lift, and then from there on in, we just looked like we were in a coma. We were slow to react to all the second balls. Forced their keeper into 2 saves max. Got a lot of shots blocked, snatched at things, took the wrong options. The amount of times we got to the byline and pulled it back straight to one of their plays. Just not good enough. And listen, I've got to take the blame. You know, I've the one who's picked the side, and I'm the one who's put the faith in them. And sadly, you know, they weren't good enough. And if that goes on much longer, we'll have to conclude that they aren't good enough. Not that they weren't good enough, that they aren't good enough. And players' careers are on the line there, because that's nowhere near acceptable for me.
And when you did create, it was generally straight at the keeper. You didn't really work their keeper, did you?
It was so half-hearted, it was untrue. That's not like an Accrington side. So disappointed tonight. You know, we haven't got a great record on penalties anyway. And yet in the end, we're hanging on to go to pens. You know, we were out on our feet. We were down to probably 7 fit players. You know, Matt Butchers took a pen there, and Matt's a great lad, but you know, he was out on his feet. You know, and who's going to take it out of him? Colby. he's struggling with his hamstring, he could barely walk. Well, who's going to take it out of him? Jack Nolan, he could barely walk. He was a passenger for the last 10 minutes. You know, and you've had to promote your goalie up to 4th, and he probably took the best pen of the night. No, it's nowhere near good enough. Nowhere near good enough.
And you had some positive substitutions as well, about 5 or 10 minutes into the second half, because you clearly wanted to give the team a lift, get some fresh legs on there and some impetus into the game.
Well, we tried to. We thought there was a load of space wide, and Tion would exploit that. Joe was feeling his thigh, so he had to come off, which isn't ideal. And now, you know, I'm starting to really rue the fact that we beat Rotherham in the last round, because, you know, I've got an injury to Colby Bishop, I've got an injury to Matt Butcher, and I've got an injury to Joe Pritchard. 3 of my starters for Saturday. You know, so what's the point of these games if we're going to go out and get that as well? It's soul destroying. I'm absolutely livid, honestly.
What's the answer to the fitness issue? Because clearly that's upset you more than anything.
Well, the lads have got to work harder than training, and they've got to realise that what we're trying to do, we've done this. We've been doing it for 25 years. We've never ever had a team who's lacked fitness. Every team we've had have run all over teams. You know, this start of the season, nowhere near good enough. We're going out like lights after 70 minutes in every game we play, and that's got to stop.
Are any of the ones tonight, you know, you talked about Colby Bishop and his hamstring, are any of those, are they a chance to miss weekend?
I think all 3 of them are big doubts for Saturday.
And Michael Nottingham, positive?
I think he'll be fit, yeah.